What if you realized that the $100 bill in your wallet is losing its power every single day while you sleep? It is a quiet and invisible thief that most people ignore until it is far too late to do anything about it. If you have been feeling that the cost of living is rising faster than your savings can keep up with, you are not alone in that worry. Many people in their 50s and 60s look at their bank accounts and wonder if they have enough time left to build a safe future. The good news is that you do not need 30 years of grinding to create a life where work becomes a choice rather than a necessity. In fact, with a clear roadmap and $1,000 a month, you can build a financial engine that protects you in just 1 decade. This is not about chasing miracle stocks or high-risk gambles that keep you awake at night with anxiety. It is about pure mathematics and the power of putting your money into assets that work harder than you ever could. Let us start by looking at the reality of the invisible thief we call inflation. If you leave your money sitting in a standard savings account, you are essentially watching it slowly evaporate. In just a few years, $1,000 might only buy $800 worth of the things you actually need to live. To win this game, you must move from being a saver to being a strategic owner of income-producing assets. A common myth is that you need a multi-million-dollar nest egg before you can even think about walking away from your job. But the truth is much simpler, because it is not about the total balance in your account as much as it is about the monthly cash flow. If your investments produce enough income to cover your basic expenses, you have achieved true freedom, regardless of the total number. $1,000 a month for 10 years equals $120,000 in total contributions from your pocket. However, when that money is invested at a steady 7 or 8% return, it grows into something much larger than the sum of its parts. After a decade of consistency, that simple monthly habit turns into a portfolio worth roughly $200,000. The cost of waiting even one more year to start this journey is much higher than most people realize. If you delay your start by just 12 months, you are not just losing $12,000 in deposits, you are cutting off the final year of compounding, which is often the most explosive period of growth in your entire plan. Every month of hesitation is a month where your money stays idle, while the prices at the grocery store continue to climb. Now, you might be thinking that $200,000 is not enough to support your entire life for the next 20 years. But this is where the strategy shifts from growth to income generation through real estate investment trusts. These are companies that own and manage high-quality properties like apartment buildings, warehouses, and medical offices. By law, these trusts must pay out 90% of their taxable income to shareholders, like you, in the form of dividends. This means you can own a piece of a massive real estate empire without ever having to fix a broken pipe or deal with a difficult tenant. You can focus on companies that own essential infrastructure, like cell towers or data centers, that the modern world cannot function without. Think about the security of owning a piece of the buildings where people store their goods or receive their medical care. These are stable businesses that collect rent regardless of what the broader stock market is doing on any given day. Imagine having a portfolio of $200,000 in these income trusts that pays you a steady dividend every single month. As rents rise over time with inflation, your monthly payouts also grow, providing you with a natural shield against the rising cost of living. This is how you build a bridge between the money you have today and the freedom you want for your future self. One of the most important factors in this 10-year plan is what experts call the snowball effect of compounding. In the first 3 or 4 years, it will feel like nothing is happening, and your account balance will move very slowly. These are the quiet years, where most people lose heart and stop their contributions because they do not see immediate results. You might hear friends or neighbors talking about quick wins or the latest hot investment that sounds too good to be true. It is during these times that your discipline will be tested by the temptation to abandon your boring but effective strategy. But if you stay the course, the growth starts to bend upward, and suddenly the interest starts earning interest of its own. By year 7, you will notice that your investments are often growing by more in a single year than the money you are putting in. This is the first major tipping point where your money officially starts doing the heavy lifting for you. To make this plan work without failing, you must stop relying on your willpower and start relying on a system. Willpower is a limited resource that fails us when we are tired, stressed, or tempted by a new purchase we do not need. A system, however, never gets tired, and it never makes excuses for why it should skip a month of investing. Set up an automatic transfer from your bank account so that your $1,000 moves to your investment account the moment your paycheck arrives. If you never see that money in your checking account, you will never feel the pain of not being able to spend it. This simple act of automation is the difference between those who talk about retirement and those who actually achieve it. Another critical step is to adjust your contributions for inflation by increasing your monthly investment by just 3% each year. If you invest $1,000 this year, try to invest $1,030 next year to keep your momentum strong. This small adjustment ensures that your purchasing power stays ahead of the game and accelerates your path to the finish line. As you approach the end of your 10-year journey, the way you look at a Tuesday morning will begin to change forever. You will no longer feel the weight of a mortgage or the fear of an unexpected medical bill hanging over your head. Retirement does not have to mean sitting on a porch doing nothing for the rest of your life, unless that is what you truly want. True retirement is the freedom to decide how you spend your time and who you spend it with every single day. It is the ability to say no to a toxic work environment because you know your bills are already covered by your income engine. It is the peace of mind that comes from knowing you will never be a financial burden on your children or your grandchildren. Building this life requires a level of discipline that most people are simply unwilling to maintain over a long period. But for those who are willing to be consistent and patient, the rewards are far greater than any temporary luxury could ever provide. You do not need to be a financial genius or have a high-powered career in a big city to make this work for you. You only need to understand the basic math and have the courage to start today, instead of waiting for the perfect moment. The perfect moment is a ghost that people chase their entire lives while their best years slip away from them. Start with what you have. Stay consistent with your $1,000 and watch how the world opens up for you in 10 years. Think about the feeling of waking up and knowing that your housing, your food, and your healthcare are already paid for. That is the ultimate form of security in an uncertain world where things seem to be changing faster than ever before. Every dollar you invest today is a seed that will grow into a massive tree, providing shade for you in the future. Do not let the quiet years discourage you from the goal that matters most to your family and your legacy. The math is on your side, time is still on your side, and the tools to achieve this are more accessible now than ever in history. You are not just building wealth, you are building a fortress that will protect your peace of mind for the rest of your life. Take control of your financial story right now and decide that your future self deserves to live with dignity and independence. The journey of 1,000 miles truly does begin with a single step and a commitment to never looking back. Your path to freedom is waiting for you to take that first step and turn your dreams into a calculated reality. You have the power to change your life, and it starts with the simple decision to put your money to work today. Believe in the process, trust the numbers, and stay focused on the freedom that is waiting for you just a decade away. Your future is bright when you take the initiative to protect it with smart and consistent actions every single month. Now is the time to build your legacy and ensure that your golden years are truly filled with the light of freedom and peace.